Okay, so the criminal thinking error we chose is power thrust thinking. So people with power thrust thinking errors feel the need to always be in control. They can't let anybody else have the control. They won't be dependent on other people. They have to have all the control and they like to manipulate other people.
And this is like in all aspects of their life, like through social, emotional, work, whatever they're doing, this takes over their life. They won't be dependent on anyone else unless they know that they can take control of the situation.
Which, of course, not all people that like to be in control are going to be criminals, but because I think we can see a little bit of criminal thinking errors in each of ourselves. But we have an example from a book we read for our history class that demonstrates power thrust thinking. And the book is The Devil in the White City, and it's actually based on a true story. Yeah.
It's about the Chicago World Fair, and there was a guy named Dr. H.H. Holmes. He was a bad guy. He was a murderer. So he bought this hotel, right? And then
Well, he built it.
he built the hotel.
So to build it, he actually he would hire construction workers for 3 days, and then he'd fire them and say they did a bad job so that he wouldn't have to pay them, and so that they wouldn't know that the building that they were building was gonna be used for as torture. Which, I mean, of course it was a hotel, it did house people, but also there were secret pathways that you could take to get to different places, and he had torture rooms and all sorts of things. So
that's just an example because he had to have control of the situation. He didn't want anyone else to know about what he was doing because he didn't want the risk of that. He had to have total control.
yeah, and he manipulated all the people around him. So he had a wife, and he said, "Oh, I have to go to the city to go work," and he left her out in the country, and she was all alone out there for years and years, and he would go visit every once in a while. All the while, he was telling all these other women, "Oh, I'll marry you," and charming them, and then he'd like kill them after a few months, and then he'd find a new one. But yeah.
So people can actually get out of this mindset if it's really hard for them to get out of it, but they have to review every aspect of their life that they do it in, and then it's really hard for them because they have to accept that they have no right or power to control other people in their lives.
Yeah, and so it just affects the balance of individual rights and public order, just because all criminal thinking errors are a danger to society. And when people go against the law, it affects the public order. A power thrust thinker gets thrills from defying the law and getting away with it. And so they think they're above the law, and that obviously can cause problems in the public order. If everybody thought they were above the law, nobody would follow the law, and it would cause lots of problems. So, yeah.